Hello, everybody, and welcome to this season's Jumps 5 to Follow with me, Rich, and the lovely Dawn Leeden-Bolger. We will be going through 5 picks each, plus a Irish horse from me and an English horse from you.
2, because I like to give 2, and I have a little cheeky bonus at the end, but the cheeky bonus is, I do, because 2 of them are quite obvious and have been my 5 to follow in the past, but I don't want to be too obvious this year. I want to find a few, dig deep and find a few with value and with not your usual suspects either, Rich. Yeah. But we're here in McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Not McDonald's, but McDonald's. And if you're ever in Newbridge, come in. They do a decent pint for €6. There's plenty of racing memorabilia as well, signed silks. And yeah, this is our humble abode for the next couple of minutes. So get yourself a nice beverage, get a piece of paper, and follow along.
Cheers.
Cheers, darling. Happy jump season.
Happy jump season. Okay, we will start with you. We're going to take it in turns, and yeah, you can get started, Dawn.
Yeah, so this guy, he really caught my eye last season at Punchestown. Gavin Cromwell did a preview a couple of days back, and he said he is going to stay probably in bumpers. Oh. This is the horse Bud Fox. Now, Derek O'Connor was riding at a point on Sunday, and he was interviewed, and he says he really hopes that he keeps the ride. Now, we know Derek O'Connor is one of the best in the biz. There is no man like Derek to get horses up. He's about 20 to 1, 25 to 1 for the champion bumper. And if the horse stays that route, I'd really like him. He's 66 to 1 in the Supreme. But with Gavin already saying bumper route, keep him on bumps, I'd keep him bumps. His form's already been franked too, because the horse that was second to him off Harry Swan rode and Gordon Elliott trained, it was Celestial Trail. He was second at Listowel. Oh no, he won at Listowel. He was second to Bud Fox, won at Listowel 38 days ago. So the form's already been franked. Yep. He stays in the bumpers. He either wins or he places in the champion bumper. I think he's that good.
Okay, lovely.
Bud Fox.
Bud Fox for Dawn first up. I will start with a juvenile hurdler. And that is the James Owen trained Hallelujah You. Now, the horse is owned by the Gredley family, and we know they've got a bit of a reputation now. Actually, Ambiente Friendly, who was runner-up in 2 derbies, I believe, he's actually had the snip, the cruelest cut, as they say, and he's also going the hurdle route, I believe. So that's
exciting.
That is exciting.
I'm excited.
I mean, he's rated 117 over hurdles, which is massive. But we all know, over the years, we always get excited about these horses that go from the flat, are rated really high, and then just don't quite cut it for one reason or another. I mean, there's been a few, but
Unethical Diamond. What can we say?
Well, yeah.
But he's a super freak.
But Hallelujah You was rated 100 on the flat. Actually ran some good races last year behind, was only 3/4 of a length behind Scandinavia when he came slightly down the field in the Queen's Vase at Royal Ascot. He ran not a great race, slightly worse form than that, but against pretty much the same rivals in the Bahrain Trophy at Newmarket. And then ran an okay race at Goodwood in the Coral Summer Handicap. So look, he's 100 rated, so he's a very, very good yardstick. Apparently, he's been schooling really well at home. Could he follow on in the footsteps of East India Dock and Burdett Road, who have probably taken the same route? We know that James Owen is just going from strength to strength with his jumps horses, as well as some on the flat as well. So, yeah, Hallelujah You is my first selection for the 5 to follow.
And isn't there a little fun fact about the breeding, Rich, too?
There is.
A bit of Shamadar.
There is. He is by Pinatubo.
Yeah.
Which is a bit strange that you're looking at a horse and thinking, goodness me, Pinatubo, and he's now a national hunt horse. But you go back one step in the breeding, and his grandsire is Shamadar, who has links to Marine Nationale, amongst others. And yeah, I think actually you've got a horse.
I do, but you have to wait till the end for that one.
Oh, we're not leading on to that.
No, we're not leading on to that. You wait for the good bit at the end.
Okay,
but yeah, we've actually got Shamadal as granddaddy to 2 jump horses. And Pinatubo, I think there's one other horse at the moment in training that's pretty eye-catching, belongs to, trained by Gavin Cromwell too. So there's method, not madness in what Rich is saying.
Definitely. Okay, on to your second pick.
Yes, and they say honesty is the best policy, and it's honesty policy that I really, really like. Now he won two on the bounce, Rich. He's one of Gordon Elliott's, one of JP's, so there's not much not to like about him. He's a jukebox jury. He won two on the bounce, one at Navan, one at Leopardstown, and then at the Punchestown Festival,
Yep.
he was second to Jasmine DeVoe. Now we already know Jasmine DeVoe is a no-show this season, unfortunately. So we wait for him to come back. I love Jazzy. I just what he's achieved the last two seasons at Cheltenham is incredible. But this guy, honesty policy, he's 25-1 for the Stayers, 25-1 in the Browns, I think it is. Yeah, I'm just checking my notes. Yeah, 25 in the Stayers, 25 in the Browns. So take either which one. And like Gordon said, he stays all day, and he could even get 3 miles.
Wow, okay.
But in that race that Jasmine DeVoe beat him in at Punchestown, the likes of poor old Dancing City, who we will miss this season, won it, and Gaelic Warrior won it in the past before. So it's a very, very tidy, nice race that will provide you a winner. So second choice, honesty policy.
Okay. My second pick comes in the form of the Ollie Murphy trained Will Star. Now, we've seen Will Star in the flesh.
Yeah.
He won his bumper at second time of asking up at Perth in April. He's actually got some pretty incredible breeding. He is half brother to the amazing Duvan and John Bon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is big shoes to fill. But Ollie Murphy's really excited. He reckons that it is probably his best novice hurdler that he's got. It's going to be a big season for Ollie.
And Sean.
And for Sean, obviously, with Sean riding for Ollie all the time, they're starting to get better horses, and we've got the best jockey on all of these horses.
He's the best jockey, and I always make the point, Rich, and I bore you with it nearly to the point. Every week our newsletter goes out, and I always mention Ollie and Sean, and Ollie learned a lot of his trade from Gordon, but it's nearly like the students taking over from the master now. They are going toe-to-toe. We've seen it at the first meeting of, Cheltenham as well in October, and it's great to see, and I think Ollie Murphy is going to be, can I say it, shit hot?
Yeah, he is. And this Will Star is an exciting recruit to hurdles. He's going to go down that novice route. He needs slightly softer ground, I think, so, with the ground it is at the moment. I can't believe it's still that firm, because when I was at home last week, it was pouring down with rain. But obviously, it's still on the firmer side, so he will probably wait until there's slightly softer ground. But Will Star, exciting recruit to novice hurdles, and seeing where he goes.
And having us both seen him in the flesh, wherever he goes and whatever he does, he's worth the wait.
Yes,
he is worth the wait.
Yeah, no, it'll be exciting. So that's my second pick. On to the third selection for you, Don. Who you got?
I have got the gorgeous grey that is. We both experienced him in the flesh last Christmas at Punchestown. Kitsbull. Okay. Now, he's a bit of a head scratcher. Let's hope the head isn't as spicy as it was last year. His debut at Punchestown was fantastic. He won at Gowran. He actually won the same race at Gowran that Langtree Lady won, Phil Dorr, and also Teapu.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
So Willie is talking about him as a stayer. He's rated 153. Interesting thing is, I went on to Paddy Power to get my anti-posts. 14s, then 25s, then 33s. Guess what he's out to now in the stayers? 100-1, which just makes me wonder, does he go for the stayers? But wherever he goes this season, I definitely would follow as long as he's okay. We were at the Sandown finale, the jumps finale, where King Willie was crowned, and he was very good third to Blue King Daru there.
Is he definitely hurdling, or is he going?
No, he's definitely hurdling. And I think it's a wise decision just for until he settles a little bit more. But I think the interesting thing is, yes, the betting is interesting. I'll be watching it because of the way it's flopping in and out. But secondly, what I find is interesting is he is following in the hoof prints of the likes of Teapu, and Teapu is already favourite for the stayers again.
Yeah.
So Kitsbull for me, third choice.
Okay. My third choice is Sober Glory, and he's trained by Philip Hobbs and Johnson White, who is now on the licence at Philip Hobbs Yard. This horse I actually saw in the flesh win the listed bumper at Newbury. Was impressive that day. It was quite foggy, so you couldn't see huge amounts around the back, but he definitely won the race. He was there coming out of coming out of the mist, and he wasn't on the bridle, but it was cosy. It was a cosy win. Now, he beat Great Fleet in a point-to-point over in Ireland, and Great Fleet was actually second a week and a half ago at Cheltenham for the Skeltons. It was a big price that day at 20-1, but he ran a really big race, and I think that form is stacking up already. I know it's another novice hurdler, but hopefully he's going to be more of a 2.5 mile, maybe up to 3, but I'd probably say 2.5 miles. They're likely to start off this week at Chepstow in a 2 mile hurdle, and then build his way up from there. So I think, he's one to follow, and he's in the native river colours.
Even nicer.
So he's in those colours and you always know those horses are going to just fight for you. They always do. When they come under pressure, anyone that is owned in those colours, it seems that they've just got that grinding ability.
Well, they're a bit like, if you're talking about Native River, they're like Tommy Malone. Shout out to Tommy and Zara, who won Racing Come Dancing last night. And Tommy is responsible for Native River, as he is responsible for many a horse. But like you say, they do fight for you.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that you've got your mob handed with novice hurdlers.
I know, it was...
What is it that does it for you?
No, I just don't want to go for the obvious horses. So it's hard to pick horses that have been running for 2 or 3 seasons. Everyone knows about them. So, the novice route is the way I'm going to go, just to horses that are a little bit more of a dark horse.
And the thing is, what I'm going to note here is too, and people might hate me or love me for saying this, you have to look beyond Cheltenham and you have to look before Cheltenham too.
Yeah, 100%.
There's so much. And these horses that we're naming aren't only Cheltenham horses. They could go and pick you up something at Aintree, at Punchestown, Sandown, anywhere.
Yeah, and also I'm quite keen to not jump on the recency bias train where the horses have already had a run, they've won or whatever. Although I say that, I have picked one. My next pick is actually a horse that I'm a bit frustrated that has already run. He ran and won yesterday. Would have been nice if he'd run next week, because then we'd have had a winner on.
It lines up beautifully with a horse that I've stolen you from.
That is true.
Or stolen off you.
Yeah, that is true. Right.
Which leads on to that horse that I have stolen from Rich, and that is...
Who's your fourth pick?
Spanish Harlem, Kerry National. It is great to see this boy do what he's doing now. Only 7, well, he's rising 8 now. Out the front, he was super good in the Kerry National. Willie said it's taken him a while to cook. And cook he has done now. Now, the doctor, Mr. Randox, Peter Fitzgerald, who owns him, he is so gun-ho on getting him to the Grand National.
Well, they sponsor the race. So.
Exactly, and wouldn't you love to see a Randox horse do it? Just follow him all the way. Now, he's going to Newbury in a couple of weeks. He's 20-1 there, and they said that was always for the Coral, and that was always the plan with Spanish Harlem.
Yeah, he needs further than that, but...
May or may not need further, but for me, taking him on now, I think whatever journey we go on with him, Rich, and I know you're going to be there, because I have stolen him. You're going to be there all the way. I cannot wait to go all the way to the Grand National, which, great news, we're going to be there.
We actually are going to be there.
We're going to be there live on track with more exciting news. But Spanish Harlem all the way for me, 40-1 for the Grand National at the moment.
He, like you say, took a while to build up to. I mean, I followed him off a cliff, and then finally he got his win last time. I've always been a big fan of when he steps up in trip. The further he goes, I think the better he's going to be. His jumping can be a bit sticky, but I think he'll suit those national fences as well. I hope he gets a run in some shape or form before then. But I know Willie. You've got to trust him. Willie knows what he's doing when it comes to the Grand National, doesn't he? So
I'm sure there's going to be something else along the way in between Newbury. Then we've got plenty of hardy kind of things as well. Obviously not the Troy Town or something like that.
No.
Which I'm going for my hat trick with the Troy Town. I've done it 2 years on the bounce.
Yeah.
3 is coming.
3 is coming, right. Fourth pick for me, and that is another Ollie Murphy trained horse. And like I said, he's already run this season. He beat Handstands yesterday, and that is great for him because Handstands, as a novice chaser, won the Grade 1 Silly Isles at Sandown. This gorgeous grey 7-year-old going to be rated in the 150s now after that win. That puts him at the top of the tree for all of the big staying races, and he is a proper stay. He won the Bet365 Gold Cup at Sandown when we were there last year. He beat Lombron. He actually beat Spanish Harlem, who was 4th that day as well.
Leeds lovely.
He's right up there, even for the Coral. The Gold Cup, he's 8-1 for the Coral. Whether the weight goes up a little bit for him might be too high now because of this win that he's just done. I was hoping that would have been next week because then we'd have had a winner already on the board.
Yeah.
But no, Resplendent Grey is a horse I absolutely love, and I think he's going to be a big factor in all of the staying races this season.
And he's truly resplendent. So
He is.
anybody who likes collecting photos like me, he is a beaut.
And the last thing I will say about him is he's not a fashionable horse to follow, so he's going to be bigger prices than he should be in probably all the races he contests this season. So
Until people catch on.
people might catch on, but I think he's going to be slightly overpriced to what he should
Okay.
be. So 8-1 in the Coral, I think that's a decent price. And now on to your final pick of the 5 to follow before we get onto the Brucey bonuses.
Brucey bonuses and the little British bonuses for me as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So yeah, mine comes from Declan Queally, trainer and jockey Declan Queally, and I'll do it in the Irish accent. I'll Sort That. I'll Sort That was very, very good in Galway a couple of weeks ago. There's somebody that needs a wind up in the back if you can hear that, but yeah, I digress. I'll Sort That. He was a little bit novice-y. Declan said if he had jumped him a bit differently, let him go out the back a bit more, but the horse still won and he was very effective. He's never been out of the first two, which I like.
Yeah.
And he's going to Navan. Again, I mentioned the Troytown weekend, which is always great. It's chilly at Navan, but the racing is proper jumps racing. The mud comes out, the tweed is flying, the sweat is flying, and the horses are going. But yeah, I'll Sort That for the Monksfield novice. I think he'll win it. I honestly do. And if you remember Carrickmore Spruce, Rich, now you love your girl.
Yep.
The one that Jodie Townend won in the Supreme Bambino Fever last year. Carrickmore Spruce was Declan's. Carrickmore Spruce also had that kind of form line going along. So Declan is a trainer that mightn't be talked about that much, but needs to be acknowledged and recognised too. So I'll Sort That. I don't know if he's going to Cheltenham. What does that matter? He's going to the Monksfield next, and he's a horse to follow for the season.
Okay, lovely. Right, my final selection is the Lucinda Russell and now Michael Scudamore on the licence as well, trained Mayertown now. He's only had 5 starts over fences, which is not very many at all. And when you think how easily and how well he won the Ultima at Cheltenham last year, 11 lengths and just, from the front as well, and just literally rode it to sleep and just, so impressive. Can he follow in the footsteps of another horse trained by Lucinda, Correct Rambler, who won the Ultima, went on to the National? He's 33-1 for the National at the moment. I don't know 100% if that is the route they're going to go. He's also in the Coral, and he's 8-1 as well.
Oh, so you're taking on my guy?
Yeah, well, Resplendent Grey and Mayertown are both in the Coral.
Yeah.
I don't know the route that Mayertown is going to go. I saw he was 100-1 for the Gold Cup as well, which seems a little bit overpriced. But again, if they're going for the National, they might take a different route in getting there. He's an exciting horse. He is one of the more obvious ones. But if I'm going to take a stab at a slightly more obvious, but also a little bit under the radar, a horse that's got a big upside, I think, considering he has probably got more improvement in him, having had 5 starts over fences. He's a really, really good horse, an exciting horse, and one I'm going to be following along this season.
5 to follow done?
Right.
Over and out?
Over and out for the 5 to follow.
Good luck if you're following our 10.
Yeah, 10 between us,
10.
the tasty 10. We now move on to, because I've done all English horses, Dawn has done all Irish horses, we flipped the script. And you have got a couple of English horses that you want to throw into the mix.
Just the two. I mean, as much as I was even saying to you about Ascot at the weekend, the likes of Teddy Blue and that I actually thought was retired. And to see them back out, and DeGello, all of those, all your old friends, Pictori, all of them, and now your Saturday horses, and they're when you're sitting at home and it's cold in the winter and you don't go racing, they keep you cosy.
Yeah.
But French Ship, I really, really like in here. Now this is the Chamadal again. Route, in French Navy, sired the great Marine Nationale, and Grandaddy Chamadal in here for any of the naysayers that say, why do you think a Chamadal would ever have horses that can jump? Well, he can as the grandsire, and that works. So with Ben Jones 2 weeks ago at October at Cheltenham, he was very, very good, very impressive. I'm not completely sure where he goes next, but I know I will be following him strongly. And the Jukebox Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's appalling. He's going for the Ascot Chase. I think he's about 8-1 in there. I could be wrong with that, but
Be interesting to see him back after injury, because it was a shame that he missed some of the bigger targets towards the end of the season. But
yeah. So disappointing, but hopefully he stays well. So my 2 English horses are the Jukebox Man and also Friendship.
I only have one. I've gone for one Irish.
He's not
pick.
greedy like me.
And look, what can I say? If you haven't watched the vlog yet, please do, from the weekend at flat finale at the Curragh. So I'm sort of picking a flat horse that hopefully is going to go jumping. Another novice hurdler to add to the collection.
He's coming out of the flat season kicking and screaming. I think he wanted to stay there.
Well, I mean, yesterday, what a way to end the flat season with Switch from Diesel, Ross O'Sullivan. I mean, I don't know how it got him up on the line. Everyone thought he was beat. Even the cameraman thought he was beat. I was roaring, hoping he'd got his head down.
He was quicker than Batash going across the Curragh. I swear to God.
Unbelievable. So Switch from Diesel is my Irish jump source to follow. I hope he does go jumping. He's run.
Derek?
I do apologise. It's a
woman,
Derek. She is a 6-year-old bay mare. And yeah, she's just excited. She's running, I think, 12 bumpers or something ridiculous.
We'll forgive her for that.
Now she's won a maiden on the flat as well, over 1 mile 4. She ties in nicely with that Bambino Fever form. She won a bumper at Fairyhouse. We were there for that.
It was actually, I think it was when we got 25 degrees. We were sweating.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
She was excellent.
And she also won at Naas.
Yeah.
Naas is the place. So if you can win there, you can win anywhere. I've taken that from you.
Yeah.
Second behind Bambino Fever at the Punchestown Festival in their champion bumper.
Yeah. Very good.
I mean, that's great form.
Great form.
You take that into hurdles, and the horse has to be looked at to be, mare's novice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Supreme novice.
Yeah.
I don't care where it is. I'm following Switch from Diesel in any race that she turns up in.
And
she's an absolute star. And she's not. I apologise to her for misgendering.
No, she's like a gal.
But she is
she's
a big girl. She's strong. She's gritty. She fights. And yesterday you saw it. Yeah. She absolutely flew. She's going to, we know she gets 2 miles over bumpers. And that's why yesterday over 12 furlongs, she was sprinting at the finish.
This time of year is Ross O'Sullivan's, and I'd love to see Ross O'Sullivan get his first big win of the season over jumps as well, because he
it his first group winner on the flat yesterday as well. So well done to Ross.
And Donna O'Connor, not Derek O'Connor, who rides from, he's a tall jockey, but he's very good. That's what you were saying. You couldn't believe how tall he was, but so good. Yeah. So Donna O'Connor is a jockey, because we championed Wayne Hazard here, and congratulations, Wayne.
Well done, Wayne.
Little Wayne for Apprentice Championship yesterday. But Switch from Diesel. I call her the wrong name.
And I
Rich misgenders her, but as long as she's winning, we don't mind.
Exactly. So you have something for us now, do you? A little bit of extra that I wasn't told about.
A little prezi from Dawn, Dawn's Delights. And Dawn likes to give, and Dawn does give. She's like the great mare Dawn Run, who I am actually named after. So 2 horses for me for Cheltenham that I double up, and Romeo Coolio was fantastic at the weekend. Yes, some of the fences were dolled up, but as a debut, I have followed him. KTDA Racing, they love their horses, those famous black and white colours. Yeah. Romeo Coolio, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? You are due this. He's 8-1 for the Arkle Rich at the moment. But Fairyhouse Winter Festival, and you're getting to experience your first one, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
In a couple of weeks. This is the place. We talk about Naas is the place, DRF. Never forget about Fairyhouse. You've got the Hatton's Grace, you've got the Drinmore, you've got so many that you can pluck from that. Drinmore he's going to first, so you're going to know more about his chasing.
Well, he'll have to step up from what he did against better opposition, but it's the right place to go.
And I honestly think he will. I think the horse is good enough, and I'm going to throw him in, watch him in the Drinmore, but 8-1 at the Arkle at the moment. Paddy Power slashed him from 14-1 into 8-1 since Down Royal the other day. I talk about the Fairyhouse Winter Festival. We've also got What Do You Do? And everybody knows how much I adore this girl. And from day dot, her infancy, from day dot when she put her hoofs into Irish soil, coming from St Michael Stouts into Gordon's, I fell in love with her in the stables. She was special. Some people say, I know the moment I see a champion or I sit in a champion. She just spoke to me.
Yep.
She just spoke to me. And I've spoken about her forevermore since. She's going for the Hatton's Grace. She's going for the mares.
Yep.
She's 4-1 for the mares.
She's 4s now. We actually put her up at 8-1 each way for members in our anti-post. So our sub members are happy. They're sitting on a decent anti-post bet.
A little bit of investment every week. Every week.
I mean, pray that Lossy Mouth goes champion hurdle route because...
It'd be silly not to. Be silly not to at this stage. It makes sense. So for me, my 2 that I'm going to double up together from the same stable, Wadu You Do and Romeo Coolio.
Okay, lovely. Right, that is it from us. Cheers again.
Cheers, darling. Happy jump season,
Happy jump
everyone.
season. And look, if you don't already, subscribe to the channel, like our stuff, comment if you can. And we want to know your 5 to follow as well. Any horses that you can shout to us, stick it down in the comments.
Or disagree with us as well. We do like that.
We do like that. We do.
We're open to every opinion possible.
And we are going to be up and down the country, UK-wise, up and down the country, Ireland-wise.
Hail, snow, storms. We're there.
We're there wherever, whatever the weather, and we cannot wait to bring you some great content for the jump season this year.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Keep racing.
Keep racing.